Hi, my name is Ali,
I'm Armaan.
I'm Clare.
I'm Rami.
I'm Xavier.
and today we are going to show you how to do transformations.
To reflect the pre-image over the x-axis, you must flip the sign of the y value of each coordinate. The x-coordinate stays the same. For example, on this diagram, the coordinate for point A is -2, 4. After reflecting this over the x-axis, the new coordinate will be -2, -4. To reflect the pre-image over the y-axis, you must flip the sign of the x value of each coordinate. The y-coordinate stays the same. For example, on this diagram, the coordinate for point A is -4, 3. After reflecting this over the x-axis, the new coordinate will be 4, 3.
To reflect a pre-image over y equals x, you have to swap the x and y coordinates. For example, the coordinates on this diagram for point B are 0, 2. Once reflected over y equals x, point B will become 2, 0. To reflect a pre-image over y equals -x, you flip both the x and y values and change the signs for both. For example, in this diagram, point A is +5, +1. When reflected over y equals -x, point A becomes -1, -5.
To translate a figure across a graph, you must either add or subtract values from the x and y coordinates. For a horizontal translation, you must only add or subtract value from the x coordinate. But for a vertical translation, you must add or subtract value from the y coordinate. Lastly, general translations will have you add or subtract values from both the x and y coordinates. For example, in this general translation, the x value for point R was increased by 6, from 2 to 8, and the y value was decreased by 4, from 6 to 2.
To dilate the pre-image, you multiply the x and y coordinates by the scale factor. For example, point A on the pink triangle is -2, -2, and the scale factor is 2. Therefore, the new coordinate for A on the dilated triangle would be -4, -4, because -2 times 2 equals -4.
For a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation, you change the sign of the y value of a coordinate and then swap the x and y values of the coordinate. For example, in this diagram we will use the point 1, 2 and its triangle as the pre-image. To rotate this pre-image 90 degrees counterclockwise, you would make the 2 negative and then swap the -2 with the 1. This would make the rotated coordinate -2, 1. You would use this process for all vertices of the triangle. To complete a 90-degree clockwise rotation, you must change the sign of the x value of a coordinate and then swap the x and y values of the coordinate. You would do this for each of the vertices of your pre-image. For example, say the point of 1, 2 on this diagram was a vertex of the pre-image triangle. To rotate the pre-image 90 degrees clockwise, you would first change the x value of the coordinate to -2 and then swap it with the y value. This places the new rotated point of 2, -1. Remember to do this for each vertex of the pre-image. To rotate a pre-image 180 degrees both clock and counterclockwise, you must swap the x and y values and change both of their signs. For example, in this pre-image, point C is at +9, +2. After rotating it 180 degrees, the new point would become -9, -2.
Thanks for watching!